My name is FlickyBirb. I am a Star Wars Rogue Squadron any% speedrunner. I've been running this game since July of this year, and I have a real treat for y'all. This is one of my favorite games of my childhood, and is very important to me. Lots of fun, a lot of tricks, and a lot of different techniques to show off. And with me, I have got another Rogue Squadron 1 and 2 speedrunner with me. Coco, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Coco. I consider myself more of a Rogue Squadron 2 speedrunner, but I have picked up this game about a month or two ago, so I've been really enjoying it.
I'm really looking forward to what we got for you today. There's a wide variety of ships for all of our different missions here. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to see something that you recognize, and you're going to love watching us really push them to the limits. It's a pretty info-dense run, so the commentary is going to be a little dense as we go, but we will try to get everything in as best as we can. And we're going to go ahead and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It is a flight action arcade game, originally for the N64 and PC. Came out in 1998, set in the year after the first Star Wars movie. So this is when Luke is still kind of getting his sea legs in the rebellion. Rogue Squadron, his squadron after he blew up the Death Star, is still kind of founding itself and figuring out what they do. And this is actually, like, story-wise, one of their earliest missions. So this is teaching the player how to progress the objective by just taking out enemies, moving on to your next set. And kind of just what we do is we fly around in this cockpit view to have the highest auto aim, let our lasers kind of glue onto these guys, and then once they're down, we go. I'm going to try a trick right off the bat. This is a probe droid bump. Hopefully, if I have this guy in the right zone, I will spawn over this city. So in this game, when cutscenes happen, the game has to decide where it's going to spawn you. See, I didn't get that trick there. That's okay. If that had worked out, I would have spawned over the city, saved myself this flight time. That's one of the tighter ones early in the game. It's dependent on some RNG with whether or not the probe droid's in the right position, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. A lot of my runs will kind of just reset right after that first level, because you want to make sure that you get that to get a competitive time. But in a marathon run, it's not a huge deal. And that already is our first level.
Competitive time, and also the next few levels are going to be very slow.
Yes.
So it encourages you to reset that first level if you don't get it.
Yeah,
you gotta sit through.
An auto scroller on level 2. This is Rendezvous on Barkesh. This is a hard limit time of 5 minutes and 19 seconds. You can actually get a lower time if you let any of your objectives die, but this is teaching the player about escorting NPCs. So this is a really good time for us to do some explanations. That first level, like I said, very info-dense, but now we actually have a bit of a breather. So, as you saw, we are playing with voices on in this run. Most speedrunners will turn off voices for this game because it actually costs time in certain levels. Different triggers for either finishing levels, moving on to next objectives, will wait until voice lines finish playing. But if you have voice lines turned off entirely, they don't just mute, they don't play at all, so the game doesn't have to wait for those triggers. That will save somewhere in the ballpark of like 20 seconds over the course of a run. I find it really funny starting on this level that, like, to get a gold medal, you need to kind of rove around the map and take out bad guys, and the game actually chastises you for it. You'll hear General Riken is going to start getting really mad at me for leaving the convoy behind. And so that's where some of the humor comes from here. There's also just, it's really charming how much dialogue they crammed into this. This is, like I said, N64 game, kind of walking in the footsteps of Shadows of the Empire. It's the first level of that game, the Hoth level. Huge technical leaps and bounds to get us here. It is crazy. If you look at the first level of Shadows of the Empire compared to any level of this game, it is truly remarkable how far the game came. And then Coco can tell you, Rogue Squadron 2, they go even further. It is a launch title for the GameCube. Looks phenomenal.
It is, like, it is probably, like, the hardest game to emulate. Even though the game is on GameCube, like, lots of GameCube games have great practice tools with save states. I would say it just doesn't really have any good practice tools because you just can't emulate the game and, like, get good practice with it, which makes it a little tougher, but it is a technical marvel and a launch title, like, which is crazy to me.
Some other, there you go, Riken's getting mad at me for doing what I have to do to get a gold medal on this mission. We are playing any%, so I don't have to get a gold medal, but this is Barkesh. Like, this is 5 minutes and 19 seconds of not a lot. Give this guy a high five on the way out.
Love it.
And so for the rest of this level, we're more or less waiting for 2 groups of TIE bombers to spawn and not giving them a chance to blow up the convoy we're escorting. So for the rest of this, we have quite a lot of time to burn. And I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Masu. Do we have any updates?
Oh yeah, we've got quite a few for you here. So we've got a couple of big donations here. We've got $196 from Terminator's cousin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you,
with
Vlad.
no comment that went to the Goromi costume for Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And that incentive is now met. So we will have the Goromi costume for Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
I've not played that one, but it's really funny that there is a Goromi costume.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you for guaranteeing that, Vlad. We're going to see Peak because of you. Appreciate you.
We also have $10 from some guy 3657. Says the Goromi outfit is essential. Also, good luck, Flitchard.
Thank you, Danny. All right, you can see here, more or less just waiting for enemies to pop in, taking them out as we go. This is honestly impressive to lose time on this once you've run this game for long enough. You kind of need to try. I have done it myself. It's very
game
funny.
over here before.
You can kind of brain off about it.
Yeah.
What I always like to do to keep it interesting is to keep myself just moving. As we're burning time, waiting for the last bomber to spawn, I like to practice my flying by sneaking under these guys. This is a good time to mention that I have a little bonus challenge for myself. I will be taking several intentional deaths over the course of this run, but for every unintentional death, I will be donating another $25 after my run is over, so keep that count going in your head. Every time I take an unintentional death, I will let you know, and keep that flag. There's one!
There's one. I'll keep it for you.
You heard Luke Skywalker, as voiced by the same voice actor as Porky Pig, really giving it his all and screaming there. That is a big part of why I like playing with voices on. Even though it's a time loss, it is super goofy. There are some tricks that, like I said, will require me to take intentional deaths. And having Luke Skywalker just belting out a scream every time you do it is always really funny.
Yeah, the voice acting in the game is like super, super nostalgic, which is why we wanted to have the incentive to turn them back on. That's a lot of people's memory with this game.
And very impressive too, like squeezing all of that onto an N64 cartridge. They had to actually come up with a different compression algorithm specifically for fitting sound effects from Lucasfilm's library onto this game.
Very annoying because we can't crack it.
No, for real. We're trying to figure out what makes this game tick, and this is an over-engineered game, and it really shows. It is super technically impressive, like I've been saying, but it is a tough nut to crack if you're trying to figure out what makes it tick. And that is Barkesh. That is our first auto-scroller out of the way. Moving on to Search for the Nona, which is a rescue mission. We need to find a downed rebel ship and protect it until we can pick up the survivors in a shuttle. And there is a big RNG point here. Coco, you want to explain the RNG in this level?
All right, the RNG, like you said, we're looking for the Nona. There's 3 different spots it can spawn. This one over here on the left would be the quickest spawn.
We got it.
We got it, nice. So what this means is there's going to be an enemy shuttle that lands, and it takes its time. It takes its time to land, but with this spawn, it lands pretty quick. And then we have our friendly shuttle to come pick up our guys. And the flight time for our friendly shuttle will also be cut a little bit shorter with this spawn. So
there's one that is like only slightly worse, in the ballpark of like maybe 5 to 7 seconds slower, and then there's one that's like 10 whole seconds slower. So if you're really gunning to get your time shaved down, this is if you fly correctly, if you take enemies out quickly, this can make up a difference of as much as like 10 to 15 seconds just getting this spawn here. So we got lucky here.
It is.
And I can demonstrate the big issue with the A-Wing. The A-Wing is Rogue Squadron Speedrunner's nemesis.
That's for 1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah, it flies really fast. It is great for maneuvering around. But if you see those little cannons on the side, there's 2 little sets of 2 cannons on each side of my ship. And the auto-aim on them is very aggressive. So flying near the shuttle, you can see they're kind of moving themselves up and down as I get close to it, right? It's trying its best to help you and shoot at what the game considers the center of the ship. As you can see here, the center of this ship is not actually center mass of the ship.
Yeah.
So it will screw with you, and you actually need to account for it as you're shooting things down. There's going to be a segment coming up where I need to shoot down some bombers, and it can really screw with you if you're not keeping account for it. So what I'm going to do when these bombers come down,
like a side profile, if you're shooting on the side, it's really rough.
So I'm going to try to take these guys out from a distance before the auto-aim kicks in. And we'll see if we can get one down. And... nope, all right. Slow pass on that first one, that's okay. You can see my auto-aim was actually kind of trying to account for where it was going and messed me up as I was going. But that was also just imprecise flying on my part.
One thing that's really scary about this, too, is because they spawn after the next one, like the next set dies. So they come at them at a line, and they can really hurt you. So if you take a death here, it's really extra bad.
Oh yeah. So this was a bit of a
not that bad at all.
This was a bit of a slow clear, but like it is not nearly as bad as taking a death there. Because remember when I mentioned that you spawn in different positions based on where you are when a cutscene starts? As you'll find in the level or in the later levels of the game, you also respawn in different areas depending on where you die and where your ship crashes. So that managing your health, managing your position during that is really important. And it has cost me... I'm an expert at taking the best RNG on this level and turning it into a red split.
You have a quote.
Yeah.
Your body is a machine.
That turns good Nona RNG into red splits.
Every time I play this level.
Oh yeah, it is really easy if you get the good RNG to kind of like squander it if you're not flying at your peak. But for the rest of this, we're basically home free. We're just waiting for that shuttle to go. I want to not die here, because if you die after the shuttle clears the level ending trigger, the game will wait for you to respawn, and it will cost you some more time. So I'm being careful here, I say as I slam into an interceptor. But from here, I think I've cleared out most of the threats to it. The shuttle should be fine, and we're just going to let the level wrap up.
Guys, when you go through like... and you kill the bombers as fast as you do, I think you don't want to shoot anything then.
No, you're fine.
So, it's just a fun post-mission thing to do.
Oh yeah. This next level is fun. I've been mentioning respawn manipulations and stuff like that. This level is chock full of them. We are in a speeder for this one. And contrary to its name, the speeder is the second slowest ship in the game. So if we can squeeze out some extra distance from funny respawns, we got to do it every time. So... this mission starts with you on Corellia, and we're getting some weird sensor readings over here. Some probe droids are lurking over this ridge. Dangerous, scary. So what we're going to do is, you would think it would be fastest to take all of them out and then move on immediately to your next objective. But because, again, this is a slow ship, it is actually faster for us to do some shenanigans here. We're going to take out all but one of the droids, leave this guy up, and then I'm going to jam on my brake and wait for my wingmen to fly by. And we're going to let them shoot him down while we rush to the next spawn zone. So let's see, will he get him? Yep. Nope.
No.
Hang on, actually he might have. No, all right. Sometimes that trick fails, and that's going to cost us a little bit of time. You can tell when their lasers glue onto it.
35 seconds, I think?
Yeah, it's a big time loss, but it's worth showing off because if we got that and we ended up over that ridge, we would have actually spawned directly next to this city.
Fortunately, a little bit of RNG.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this run has a lot of RNG to it. It's personally a little bit frustrating, especially on the next level. You'll see I have beef with our next level.
You have very personal beef with the next level.
I get the next level and I are not friends. But you can actually ignore these triplets of TIE bombers. There's only a couple sets of 2 bombers are the actual objective. I think he got shot down mostly by his friend there. That happens a lot.
Happens on PC. I have not seen it happen with N64.
You can see here we're more or less just kind of flying our way around. Auto-aim is different on different ships. The Snowspeeder has some really aggressive auto-aim, which is very useful for kind of just shooting in the general area of ships. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to intentionally burn some time here to show off a respawn manipulation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this last bomber fly close to me here, and we're going to kill it, and we're going to kill it, and hustle to the next respawn zone. So When I respawn, I'm going to be much closer to our next objective, and it'll save about 5 seconds of flight time. I burned about 5 seconds to show that off, but this is just kind of showing off that where you end up when a cutscene starts is very important for your positioning. So, what's actually happening in this mission? We are saving Crix Madine, who you may remember as the guy in Return of the Jedi who has a very funny fake beard because his action figure had a beard when the actual actor didn't. So they knew that the action figure had a beard when they started filming. The guy showed up to set and didn't have a beard, and they were like, oh, this isn't going to do it all. So they glued a fake beard on the guy. Yeah, right? Change the guy. I am messed up my approach on this a little bit. I will clean up that guy in a moment.
You can wait for that guy to go to the beach.
And then... Here, I can do this from here. Nope. All right. Slow Corellia. That's fine. I'm not going to get the manip here, but that's fine.
Weird because it's really fun to explain.
Yeah, I got a problem here.
It's kind of boring to run, and there's a lot of like spots for time loss. Also.
Hello to, I see Jormungandr is in our chat right now. Hello to the world record holder for any percent. I got a weird spawn there. That's a spawn that you don't normally see because I was way out to the side. And now we're going to get into my favorite part of this level, which is tripping walkers in optimized ways. So I don't do the most optimized way, but I do like the flashiest way. I really enjoy screwing around on this one.
It's the most fun to watch, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do what's called a high trip. And what that means is I'm going to get a setup where I fly alongside this walker, pull up, and jam my air brake so I'm tripping it from over itself. I will be flying over the walker, but the game thinks I'm in the hitbox for tripping it. So I can take on a much tighter turn than usual. I don't have to worry about flying around the legs. And the game is still counting each pass here.
And you're holding full left. Like, there's no slowing down. You're just going like as fast, like as tight circles as you can.
Oh, yeah. Get another respawn manipulation by flying over the city here.
Got trouble over here. They just stopped a pair of scout walkers outside my building.
There we go. And you want to explain any of the other methods for tripping walkers?
Yeah, so there's a couple. There's actually 3 more. Oh, I guess a couple more. So one is a half trip where instead of tying up 4 legs, you tie up 2 of the legs, which sounds really fast because you're skipping 2 of the legs, right? But you have to set that one up too, and then also you have to trick the game into thinking you got all 4 legs, so you still have to fly kind of close to where the back legs are. So it's not as fast as it sounds, and it's also really, really hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's
very scary to do.
It is. Yeah, the third way is not very flashy because you're just doing it. You're just tripping walkers normally. They're just called optimized trips. And what you do is you just take as tight turns as you can. There's no setup involved. That's where the time gain comes from. On paper, high trips are probably the fastest, but when you consider the setup that goes into them, you're losing like a second. So all these tripping methods, like they're pretty much within like a second of each other. Like, it doesn't really matter which one you do. Just whatever you're more comfortable with. And with the ones that aren't high trips, you have to watch out for the walker's leg because they can and will move in front of you at some point, and they will make you
It is immediately a reset if you're losing enough time where you have to restart tripping a walker.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and grab a sneaky upgrade in the city over here. I believe this is advanced proton torpedoes, where they stitch together 2 lines because they didn't have the guy talking about the upgrade saying proton torpedoes.
Sir, we found some advanced proton torpedoes.
This game has some fun, like, stitched together audio at different points. Also, some fun video game voice acting alums. There's a higher pitched guy. You might remember Dak from Empire Strikes Back. That's Luke's co-pilot. He's got the higher pitched voice here, played by Cartho Nassi and Caden Alenko from Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. The deep voice General Riken is voiced by the guy who voices the Codex in Mass Effect. And there's a character we haven't met yet who is actually voiced by like a Hollywood alum, Olivia. I don't remember her last name. No, Olivia Munn. I said Munn while we were practicing, and then I was like, oh no, it is definitely not Olivia Munn. But there is that I put that in your brain. That was me being silly.
Let me check.
Olivia Hussey, that's the one. Thank you, Yorm.
Jordan to the rescue.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to... Oh, man, that was a slow Corellia. That was like a whole extra minute, but that's okay. I had a lot to demonstrate.
Well, when you miss Probroid Skip, that's where a lot of that comes from.
Yeah. Welcome to Gerard 5, my nemesis. This is a RNG festival We
And an
are...
auto-scroller.
And an auto-scroller. So we are protecting a bunch of Y-Wings. Their job is to disable the yachts that are flying over the city and pillaging it as an Imperial governor is trying to escape with his government. What we're doing here is we are keeping those Y-Wings safe. If any of them get shot down, it will cost us time and they will take longer to take out the yachts. But they also sometimes might just need an extra pass on some of the yachts and take extra time that you can do nothing about. So the time that you're hoping for on this level is 3 minutes 49 seconds. That is the fastest that it can go. The times you'll often get are 4 minutes 4 seconds, 4 minutes 19 seconds. There's like a 30 to 45 second range that you can just do nothing about on this level, and it drives me nuts.
There's 2 yachts, one in phase 1 and one in phase 2 that need to be disabled. And each one of these can take more passes. So because of that, I think statistically, like 50% of the time, I'm not a stats guy, but I think 50% of the time you'll get like a 405, and then like 20% of the time you'll get like a 349, and then the other 25% is however long it takes.
Yep, so you can see here, this yacht that I'm pointing at, if you're running this game after you get gold medals on every mission, you can actually use any ship on any mission. And there's different categories for speedrunning each level with different ships. If you fly a Y-Wing yourself, you get the ion cannon that you can use, and you can just ignore all but like the final yacht on the level. That final yacht is the mission's over trigger. So you could just launch yourself to the other side of the map and just take it out in like, I think the world record on this level for a Y-Wing is 27 seconds, and it's like, I wish I could do this level in 27 seconds in an X-Wing. But nope, you are beheld to if Gold Squadron feels like taking their time or not. Funny little thing I like mentioning. So you saw here we had a cutscene where Wedge was getting chased by the 128th TIE Interceptor Squadron. Cutscenes. They're the best of the best. Cutscenes in this game happen in-engine during the mission, and they're generally very good at hiding them so you don't see them. But if you fly all the way over here... Hi, Wedge! You got here from the other side of the planet really fast, man. It's great.
Small world.
Right? It's one of those Super Mario Galaxy worlds.
Yeah.
Alright, that big turret there is one of the objectives, on top of also taking out the yachts. You need to make sure that that thing is dead for the level to finish.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because it's just natural, right?
You know,
you just blow stuff up as you go.
Big guy there, blow him up.
So for here, we're now just waiting for Gold Squadron to do their thing. If we have any updates from Damasu, now's a good time.
Oh, we have plenty. I was about to ask because we've got a lot of love coming in for you for this run. We've got $154 from Terminator's cousin with no comment. Thank you so much for that.
Vlad.
We also have $100 from Lena D-Link. I hope I said your name right. Yeah. It says, donating for this great cause during the Star Wars run to support all trans people. And we also have $100 from Aries Talker.
Aries!
He says, glad to donate to a great cause. Also, I wish Flicky as many unintentional deaths as possible, within reason, of course. Smiley face. Best of luck.
Thank you, Aries.
And then
Look,
we also have...
cause.
Oh, yeah. We also have another $150 from Terminator's cousin.
Vlad! Come on, good, thank you, but wow.
With all of those, we have now surpassed $2,000 raised. We're at $2,064 right now.
Incredible. Thank you guys so much.
There's still a lot more donations, so just let me know when next is good for you.
Sure thing. We're up to a pretty dense chunk of the game, so for the next couple of levels we're probably going to be on, and then there's like a 7-minute level that we'll have plenty of time to get stuff thrown to. So at the end of that level, we captured a Imperial pilot named Kason Moore, and she was a survivor of Alderaan, and so, you know, your government blowing up your home planet tends to be pretty disillusioning. So it was not very hard to convince her to join the rebellion and to fly with Rogue Squadron, and she is now giving us intel to go on the offensive offensive and to take out some Imperial installations, starting with this little base here. We're going to fly very specifically to get a respawn manipulation, and I'm holding my stick to bonk a walker as soon as I spawn. Blink and you'll miss it. As soon as I spawn, you're going to see I'm right next to a walker, and it will die as soon as I bump into it. And then this is going to go pretty quick from here. Bonk. And then Torp? Nope. Torp?
Dang.
Yes.
Nice.
And then the objective here is just to take out all of the air cover and the walkers. So I'm going to take out these guys while I'm waiting for the bombers to spawn. 3 bombers spawn here. They spawn one at a time, and they are shy about how they spawn. They will not spawn if you're looking at their spawn zone, so I need to take a quick circle here. So this last one is comfortable enough to spawn. Oh, please, one pass this. Ah, well.
Yeah. That guy, I always have to turn around for that guy, too.
And that's Jade Moon.
About him.
Now we're getting into the fun stuff with this next level. This next level is also a crash risk. My record is that this level has crashed 6 runs in a row. I do have a backup save in case this crashes, but we have enough time budgeted for 2 attempts on this one. This is going to be a pretty fun one. So, we are flying through a canyon that's got some scanners in it on our way to a construction yard that we're going to go assault. We need to blow up these scanners before they detect us, or at least that's what the level wants you to think. You only need to blow that one up, really. You don't even have to if you want to fly dangerously, but I'm going to just go ahead and dodge the rest of them and explain what I'm doing here. You can see here I've got a pretty strict flight ceiling on the snowspeeder. I can only go so high, and the game forces your altitude based on the ground below you. We can kind of abuse that with this wall up here. I picked up some advanced shields that nullify your first hit of damage, and if I clip through like that, we are through to our first of 2 objectives we got to blow up. So I'm going to just go ahead and clear these guys out, and then I will move on to our next objective. I was like 1 shot short on blowing that guy up. That would have been so cool if I moved on before it was finished shooting at it.
Like, you believed in that really hard.
I believed in it, and I shouldn't have. But, so you can see here, that's one of 2 big tricks in this level. The next one, it's a respawn manipulation. Who could have guessed? So I'm going to slam into this cliff up ahead, and I'll technically be in the spawn zone in front of our next objective. So it'll just pop me out in front of our final objective. You're fine, Luke. You're fine. And then the fastest way to take this one out is really funny. You just
You're the start of his yell. That's
half
so
second
I
of
love
Luke
voices.
screaming. Okay. Coco, you're gonna want to take it away for this
level now. So this is probably the coolest level in the speedrun, which is funny because it's the slowest ship in the game. Because it's the slowest ship in the game, we're going to launch ourselves using our bombs. This is a bomber. The point of this mission is we have to go bomb installations, 3 different areas. So using those bombs, Flicky just launched himself. While you're in this crashing animation, your ship is still active. So he's so it launched him into the spawn zone. He spawned over here. Now this is like the last area you're supposed to be at. The big area where you got to
generally expected to be your 3rd of 3 objectives you blow up. You can do them in any order you want, but a lot of the games, like signposting, indicates that this is meant to be the last one you're hit.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter. That was also really good. That's like probably the hardest trick in the game. But he has another one coming up.
Yeah, I still got one more to do. You can hear the audio is a little bit muffled right now because a voice line was playing as the last level ended, and it ducked, and now it's going to come back up now that some new voice lines have brought the audio back up. I didn't take any damage, so I'm going to real quick take an intentional bump against this wall to shave off my extra. And then I'm going to go ahead and line back up. We have one more of those Lumi skips. Shout out to Lumi, who this is named after.
And he had to take that bonk there because he got an upgrade from Jade Moon, which gives him blue shields. Blue shields means you don't take any damage from your first point of damage. We use that to do the canyon clip we did in the last level, and that also makes it a little harder for here. Usually you do damage before that, so you don't have to do that.
Yep.
You want to explain this little cutscene skip?
Yep, so normally in this part of the mission, like I said, there's 3 objectives you have to blow up, and the game tracks when you're about to finish blowing up your 3rd objective. So what we're doing is we blew up most of our 2nd objective, but we saved one piece of it. So we're going to go ahead and blow up what is technically still our second objective because we never finished the other one. Okay, cool. That's 2 objectives down. The game would wait until you're almost done with your last objective, but what we only left here is one thing we got to blow up. We didn't give it time to play that cutscene. When it is prioritizing, like, oh, what flag do I trick next? It's going to be the ending the mission over playing the cutscene, so we skipped the 19-second cutscene of Wedge getting captured and shot down.
But we still got to rescue him.
Yeah, we still got to rescue him. We didn't change the timeline. So we're on Kessel now.
That's what this mission is.
Yep. And this is my favorite mission of the run because on gold medal, you need to fly around and blow up basically everything on the map, but on any percent, we don't care. We just want to stop the train. The X-Wing gets ion cannons for this level, and what do you know? We're done.
Blink and you miss it as long as your blink is like 19 seconds long.
Yep. So the biggest time loss of the run from having voices on is right there. That's about a 5-second time loss from having voices gone. But honestly, it's worth it for having the beautiful serenade of Luke Skywalker screaming when you do a successful trick.
And for Speedrun, we're getting ready for
Oh, we're going to have the final
wait.
boss of the game has such a fun, hammy death scream. It's going to be great. So for this level, Wedge, while he was on that train, got some good intel about some captured rebel pilots and prisoners. We are going to break them out of 4 different prisons in this area, and this is a mission of triggers. You need to know what trigger activates what you need to kill to move on to the next part of the level. Just a lot of practice and learning. So over here, you'll see there's going to be 3 ties that are flying in this little pattern. These 3 ties are the trigger it's looking for. I need to take these guys out as quick as I can to move the level on, he says as he misses them.
There is such an awkward angle to start out with.
There you go. And then the rest of the mission is going to be very similar, where we're going from prison to prison, taking out specific enemies, and making sure the shuttle stays alive.
Yep. So when he killed those ties, there's an invisible timer that starts. Riken's getting out of the ship, going to the prison, getting the guys out, and then flying to the next guy. And then after, I don't know how many seconds it is, 2 ATSTs are going to spawn. The first one that gets destroyed will start another timer. 94 seconds after that, there'll be 3 ties. Once you destroy them, 84 seconds after that, there's going to be another group of ties, and then that will end the level.
Yep. One fun little thing I want to mention before I throw it back to Damasu for some updates. This next prison has an upgrade hiding over here. If you've played the game and you remember where the upgrades are. This used to be like we're playing the level already. We may as well just for fun grab this. We have since routed that upgrade out thanks to Coco, where that upgrade gives you seeker missiles on the A-Wing. And you would think that's helpful, but in the next mission, we actually want to be able to dumbfire our missiles. And if you want to dumbfire them after you pick up that upgrade, you have to double tap the torpedo fire button. So we've just routed it out, so we don't need to even worry about that. We just got rid of an input. So that's just a fun little thing.
Well, a lot of inputs, technically, but yeah.
Yeah, per missile, one extra input,
Per missile, yeah.
All right, so the rest of the mission is more or less going to go like I mentioned. We're going to just be following up with triggers. Damasu, do we have any updates?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few. We've got a lot of love coming in for this run. We've got $10 from Kyoko Puffs with no comment.
Thank you, Kyo.
Thank you. We also have $10 from Bagra. He says, "Best of luck with the run, Flicky. Squad on those rogues till they war."
Thank you.
Yeah.
We also have $25 from Nutcake that says chicken nugget.
Thank you, Nutcake.
$20 from Liger and Genome, who says, "Go bird, go."
Thank you, Liger and Genome. That's one of my coworkers.
Aw. We have $25 from MDL, who says, "You know I had to donate during my good pal Flicky's run. Happy to support a great cause."
Thank you all so much. We still got some time.
Alright, we also have $15 from Nightfire with no comment.
Thank you, Sai.
And $15 from Azzy Dur, who says, "Let's go, Flicky. So proud of this bird."
Oh, thank you, Azzy. Thank you to everybody from Team Fluffy, my stream team, who's helped to signal boost this marathon. This is a wonderful marathon with a wonderful cause. All right,
yes.
I'm positioning myself up here real quick to take out some ties pretty much as soon as they spawn. So that's just what I'm doing over here. This will be where I go for the next 2 triggers, and while we wait, we still got time if you got more that you want to pass on.
Oh yeah, we've got quite a few left. So we have $15. Oh wait, no, I already read that one. My bad. We have $25 from Mithril Fox. It says, "Good luck on the run, FlickyBirb. The force is on hiatus right now, but we're all with you."
That means a lot. Thank you.
We also have $10 from Wolf with no comment. $15 from Anonymous, who says, "Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars." And we also have $25 from Joey Buckaroo. It says,
Thanks, Joey.
"Amazing how they got Dean Martin to speedrun for charity."
How lucky can one guy be?
Best of luck, Flitchard. Best of go at incredible high speed.
Thank you all so much for the support. Gate is an excellent cause, and I appreciate Fast Paced for Pride for being an outlet for raising money for it. One more trigger over here. It's funny, I didn't mention this, but we actually killed the shield generator at the beginning of this mission so quick that it prevented some enemies from spawning, so it gives us a little bit more wiggle room here to kind of just hang out and wait for stuff to spawn that we want to kill. So it's funny, I remember I was watching a new runner play, and it had been taking that shield generator out basically since I was a casual player so fast ever since right when the level starts, that I forgot that spawns happen. I had actually forgotten that when you don't take it out fast enough, like an extra walker spawns at the next prison.
Who was new runner, by the way?
This new runner was this fine young lad named Coco Jammin.
Interesting. Anyways, continue.
Look, I didn't want to out that. Oh man, you should have seen how slow Coco was at clearing out that shield
and I was
generator.
like, who's been running this game recently?
But you can see here, we still have 2 walkers. These guys are such bullet sponges when you don't have the upgrade you get in the next level. I hate them so much.
I usually just take a death somewhere just to get some torps so I can not deal with them.
Speaking of, we're still only down to 1 unintentional death, and I'm not going to knock on some wood because it would be really funny if right after saying that I got another.
So I'd like to shout out some guy in chat, literally that's his name, some guy, who equated doing loomies to TF2 rocket jumping.
It's very accurate. It's very accurate.
That you'd like that.
Unfortunately, I do not have a rocket jumper equipped, so we do need to take one of Luke Skywalker's 9 lives. That's how Jedi work, right? They're like cats.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So we're going to come up on the next level. Is going to be a pretty fast-paced one. And then after that level, we have the final full auto-scroller of the game. So we're coming up. We're over the hump. We are now well over the halfway point of this run.
Yep.
And from here, levels are going to start melting away. This is the longest level of the game. I almost said mission and level in the same word, so you got mess, but also true. This is a bit of a mess of a level sometimes. The gold medal.
You're looking for like a low 7-minute for this level, yeah.
Yeah, 7 minutes and like 5 seconds is a good target. I'm going to guess I'm probably going to be around 7:10 for this, which for a marathon, I'm not complaining.
It usually comes down to those first group of ties. Those ties can be really annoying sometimes.
It is a matter of seconds for clearing out those groups and starting the next set of stuff. So let's see, 7:07. I'm happy with that.
Nice.
And welcome to Crash Risk number 2. This is the other infamous level. Coco has beef with this one.
Beef with. This is my favorite level in the game, and the level that made me stop running this game on PC. So it's just a pure speedrunning level. You're just taking out these Coca-Cola cans on the platforms. No RNG, just flying. But this is, like we said, another big crash risk. I've crashed here, I think, like 70% of my runs, which kind of killed my motivation for PC. By the way, I am willing to put down like $50 personally if someone can mod the game such that, crashes.
Yeah, we have a bounty board up in the community for like fixing the different crashes that this game has.
Yeah. What's weird is I've never gotten a true proper construction yard crash. And Flicky's never gotten a true
Tallarine crash. Yeah, it's bizarre. We're like inverted from each other.
So it's just super weird. This game is very strange in how it runs on different machines.
I would call this a very volatile game because playing any game from 1998, like more or less unmodded on a PC, is going to be tough. We only use a window compatibility program for this game. We don't do any actual, like, we're not playing on an emulator, we're not playing in like a virtual machine. This is running on my modern computer with modern hardware and just a software, piece of software to help keep it in a 1080, or not a 1080, but like a window that's stable.
Yep.
All right, we're almost there.
We also are going to pick up another upgrade.
An important one.
In a second. Yep. So this game has been slowly building up HP values, has been scaling them up on enemies. So we're getting advanced lasers to kind of, which I think doubles your damage.
It doubles your laser damage. Yep.
Yeah. So that'll really help take things out a lot quicker. There's a lot of things we got to destroy coming up. So really, really, really helps.
Good job.
Good job. Classic. I wish we could have voices on it in actual runs.
I know. It's like we're at the point where the world record for now is 3 minutes faster than it was when I started running. So we are down
Earlier
to like
this year,
squeeze out as much time as we need by doing little things like turning off dialogue if you want a competitive, like potentially world record run.
It's getting a lot more optimized.
Yep. Real quick, I'm going to interrupt for just a second. Flashing lights warning on this level. There are 2 walkers that I'm going to be tripping. If you are sensitive to flashing lights, please do not look at the screen when I am tripping them because the camera is going to freak out with my high trips. I will tell y'all when the tripping is over. But until then, if you are photosensitive, please look away. If you are not, this is what it looks like, what I'm talking about. That one was pretty kind, actually. Sometimes they get rough.
Yeah. I come from Wind Waker speedrunning a little bit, so when people say this is photosensitive, I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not photosensitive. But yeah, for real, if you are sensitive to this, keep your eyes closed for a little bit longer.
Yep. Last one for the photosensitivity warning. Ooh, my positioning might be a little off on this one, but we'll see. No, it seems like it's taking it. That's okay. All right. And here comes the second flashing lights warning right here. This one's usually a little bit more grandiose.
Yeah. All right, you're good
Yeah,
now.
and we are past it, so we are no longer worried about that. So, for this level, I never explained what we're doing here. We are escorting these little stolen ATPT walkers. This level has a reputation among casual players for being hard because it's got some pretty tight timing. But once you are speedrunning it and you kind of know what the game is asking of you, it's kind of just a brain-off auto-scroller level. But anybody who's played the game when they were younger can tell you that this level can get frustrating. What I'm doing here is I'm demonstrating that there are multiple ways to take down a walker, and if you have advanced lasers here, my Shadows of the Empire players already know that this is an option for taking down a walker instead of tripping it. I didn't believe you could do this when I was a kid. I don't know why I never tried it for long enough, but if you just keep wailing on
Maybe because those blasters are... No.
No, that armor... I thought that armor was too strong for blasters.
That's it. That's the line. That blaster's too strong for armor. But yeah, I think a lot of people have a problem with this level, like a hard time with it, because at the beginning with voices on, Luke says something like, Rogues 8 and 9, go take out the wall. And I think that tells people, hey, I need to kill that wall. So that, like, you try, then you fail.
Because
that's an auto-timed explosion.
It is timed. You have no impact on it. You are waiting for your wingmen to quote-unquote shoot it down and meet a timer. There is a wall blocking the walkers in, and you cannot do anything to make it go down any faster.
Yeah.
But a lot of people will hear that and will be like, let me help. But it's like, no, you are giving enemies time to close in on the walkers and potentially kill your escorts. Yeah. All right, so we're just killing things that are going to be a threat to them before they get anywhere close. And then after that, we're going to have some more time. I do have a little fella on this level I like showing off.
Oh, I love the little
fella. Once I take out these bombers, which are the last major threat to the walkers, I'm going to show off my little guy, my friend.
So don't forget the upgrade.
No, for sure.
The run.
Yeah, no, that's all. That's just muscle memory at this point. There's an upgrade hiding at the top of the cliff up ahead, and we're gonna want to.
That's pretty important for the next mission.
Yeah, very important for the next mission. It is seeker torpedoes for the X-wing, which are going to come in handy for a skip. Here's my friend over here. I never knew this until Coco was playing this. There's a little scout trooper with binoculars
I always
hanging
say
out
hi
up
to this
here.
guy. He's just a little hanging out. There's a couple of them on the level.
He's just chilling up here. I never knew. I've been playing this game since I was a kid, and I've never noticed that guy hanging out in that.
There's another guy up there.
Here's another on the way to the upgrade. Everybody say hi, Scout Trooper.
Staring at you.
All right, we got a little bit of time until the next level kicks in. Damas, do we have any updates?
Oh yeah, we have quite a few. So we have $25 from Scorpius Streams, who says, "Happy flying, Commander Flicky, chipping into a fantastic cause, less than 3."
Thank you so much, Scorpia.
And we also have $150 from Hat Sammy with no comment. Thank you so
Sammy.
much for that. We have $10 from Rex Kitsune, who says, plus 90 if you let the Y-Wing intro play.
Y-Wings are truly one of my favorite ships. Good taste, Rex.
We have $10 from Sparkle Dawn, who says, proud of you, Flitcher. Here's a little donation to the cause while you're going fast. Less than 3 trans rights. Oh,
trans rights.
And we also have $26 from Anonymous. He says, hi, Flicky will never know who I am. Smiley face.
Dang, I hope you're happy with yourself. Now I'll never know who to thank. It could be any one of us. It could be you. It could be me.
You better just thank everyone.
You're so right.
We also have... Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I'm not saying anything. You're good.
Alright. We also have $25 from Kishibi, who says, Meow. Go fast, Spacebird. Earn money, speed charity.
Thank you so much, Shibby. I appreciate you. Okay, we're going to get into another level here. I just snagged the world record on this individual level the other day by keying in some strategies that I'll show off later. So, this is a partial auto-scroller. Our first objective here is we are escorting this train to a blockaded city. So, we need to make sure no ill befalls this train, except for at one point I'm going to abandon it, and you'll see why. So, we're more or less just keeping ourselves aligned with the train, making sure that it doesn't get damaged. I believe it slows down if it gets damaged. So, it is costing you time to not slow yourself down and keep up with the train. And bang, got that guy. For the next minute or two, we're more or less just flying alongside the train. Coco, you got anything before I throw it back to Damasu?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, Damasu, what do we got?
All right. We have $20 from Feathers. It just says, Yar! And we also have if I can do words today. $25
for anybody,
from
I get it.
Invalid Vertex. Yep. He says, good luck on your run, man.
Thank you, Vertex. I appreciate that.
We have $15 from Sumap, who says, donating in memory of all the innocent repair drones killed by Flicky to save a few seconds during the run.
Thank you so much, Sumap.
We have $10 from Jamboree, who says, my favorite character in Star Wars is Picard.
That's right. That's right. Love when he takes the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah.
All right, from here, there is technically another pair of bombers that's going to spawn, but I'm going to ignore them. They are now incapable of doing enough damage to cost us any time. So what I'm doing is I'm getting myself into a position here to take out some TIE fighters as soon as they spawn and save us a few seconds because we're going to get thrown into a cutscene. I can kill one before the cutscene starts. So I'm going to switch into my torpedo targeting, and we're going to wait. And from here, I believe I'm going to go for the far one over in this corner. That's usually the one I take out. If you're fast, you could even take 2 of these guys out. But it is tough. I also closed my S-foils on the way, which is going to mean that I'm coming into the cutscene fast.
I have a theory for 3.
Hit me.
Later.
Is it?
Because I don't think it's a good theory.
Is it you basically spawn inside one and bonk it, and then
that is one of them. Yes, yep. I think you have to if you're going to take out all 3.
Oh yeah, the V-wing. there's a ship that you will see in the final level of the game. It is used for the any percent any vehicle category because it is a very powerful and flexible ship. The V-Wing has an upgrade that is overpowered, frankly, and it comes in clutch for this level specifically because you can take all 3 of those guys out with 1 button press pretty much. But we'll explain that when we get to the last mission of the game.
Yep, so now we're just waiting, I think, for the shuttles are just gonna fly off when they feel like it, and then once they get past a certain point, the next phase will start.
I talked over one of my favorite little voice acting gags in the
I know.
game.
I wanted to stop you. I was like, I know, let him rock.
There's one line in here that's my favorite line in the entire game. If you caught it down below, the narrator of the game chimed in. He was not coming in over the radio. He was not in character. He just went, "Protect the evacuation shuttles." And I find this very funny because I like to imagine that they just had too many people leaving the shuttles to die, and they need... I'm taking intentional death here to restock my missiles.
Sure, it's unintentional.
Yeah, this is intentional. I want to mark that. But they just had the guy record a line, no radio filtering, no nothing, just protect the evacuation shuttles. So I like to imagine that too many people were letting him die, and we're just like, all right, we need to like signpost this a little better. And they just like took that to it.
Post-production or whatever you call it for development.
All right.
Are you still at one unintentional death from Barcash?
Only one unintentional death so far.
I wish you bad luck.
Thank you. For the sake of charity, I wish that I get a missile turret that really likes me in Sullust. All right, last set of objectives. We're gonna loop around, target with missiles, take out with lasers if we can, but if not, the missiles will clean up for it, and that's nice. Chandrilla. All right, we are on to 442. Yeah. Very happy with that. Next up, we are on to the most inconsistent level in the game, especially on N64. So if you've played this game on N64 and you're watching me play this on PC, you've probably noticed that the missile turrets are not nearly as big of a threat as you remember. There's some coding difference. I don't know if it's frame rate, I don't know what, but
it's definitely frame rate.
Yeah, the missile turrets on PC are way, way, way more gentle than they ever were on N64. On N64, you're basically guaranteed a death on Sullust because there's so many missile turrets, and they're just going to chip at your health the entire time.
You could die by here. I've definitely died by here.
Oh yeah,
I've been running N64. It's rough.
Yeah. So what we do is we hit the flight ceiling to limit how much time the missiles have to actually lock onto us. They spend most of their flight time trying to match our altitude. What's scary about the missiles, though, is you can actually drop a bomb on a missile that's directly under you and die to it. I've done that several times.
Shoutouts. I think it happens in Jorm's like tutorial he made some years ago.
It's really very funny. Goofy. I actually was practicing Kyle 2 earlier, and I ended up having to... It happened! It happened! Oh my god! That had never happened in a marathon for me before. That is incredible. I mean, this is my first marathon, but I imagine how unlikely that is, right? But you know what? It's okay. Not a huge time loss. We had to loop around anyway, because if we...
this one we want to save last.
Yeah, we saved this guy for last. It will give us a favorable respawn. So we're facing... We've been blowing up shield generators that are protecting this big doohickey in the middle of this volcano.
Our bane.
Yeah. This thing is so frustrating for Rogue Squadron runners. They tried doing something really cool, and I admire what they tried to do. It is a big central objective with a bunch of sub-objectives in the middle, but it is full of invisible walls and weird hitboxes. So it's just very inconsistent.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Yeah, Wingman took it out while I was there.
Wingman got it, yeah.
152, I'm happy with a 152.
Yep.
All right.
That is definitely...
I'm locking in for this one, Coco, if you want to cover for me here.
Okay, so this is... I think this is the last level in the game. The actual last level is like more like an epilogue. In this game, there's a boss. There's a boss that was introduced a few levels ago in the third act.
Yep, it's very goofy.
It's really funny. But the objective of this first phase is just blowing up any red dot on the map. These boxes, that turret, the ATST, the ties, anything. It's all gotta go. So he's just clearing out the stuff up here, and then he's going to enter what I call the Valley of Death, or the Trench Run. I go back and forth sometimes. because there's gonna be a missile turret into some enemies that are looking straight at him, into another missile turret, and then also there's going to be some ties that have some chase AI, which I don't think
we haven't even talked
yet,
about the chasing ties yet. Yeah,
we have not. Yeah, so these are circuit ties. They're flying around in a fixed pattern. There's also ties that gun straight for you, and if they have a good angle, they're coming straight in on you. They are very dangerous.
This guy right here,
and
because straight at me.
That guy right there. Yep. And then after he dies, there's gonna be another one right behind him.
You can hear I lost R2, which means my healing on my X-Wing is gone. One of these torpedoes is trying to bear down on me right now. It's very possible it's gonna find me and kill me here. I do need to die. Oh, I'm gonna call that unintentional.
Okay.
Because even though I need to die to refill my torpedoes, you want it to be on your terms. So while this is a favorable death, it is still an unintentional death, and it is going to cost me some time.
One potential issue with that is like I said, there's more chasing ties. We killed 2 of them. There's 2 more. One of them's coming from the opposite end of the level, and because he died there, it's going to have some more time to get down on him. So it might show up while he's taking out these 2 bombers, maybe.
Yeah.
Which would be unfortunate. Because you want to kill him as... okay, you're good.
Okay, there he is.
He should be coming here, right here. There he is.
Give him some lasers to fly into.
And there's one more after this muscle turret.
Yep. So far, not too bad, though. The big RNG on this level is you want to take out those circuit ties as fast as you can. Because you need everything on the map dead, like Coco said. And if you take too long, or if you miss any, there's no guarantees that your wingmen will clean any up for you.
We rely on them usually, but it's a big RNG factor as to whether or not they're going to get them.
Oh yeah. All right, so you ready to hear my favorite death scream in any video game?
It is really good.
Moff Searden. We got 1 looping torpedo. I'm gonna fly out of the way so it doesn't kill me. Yeah, because you can get shot by your own torpedo. This is a very small shuttle. And there's another. Oh my god, I think I got 3. That's funny. Yeah. Wait.
Incredible. There it is.
That was Moff
That was not Luke. That was Searden.
That was Searden.
To be clear.
That was also unintentional death too. So
I
I got a second unintentional death in this level. I'm gonna count it as that.
Ooh, so you're at 4.
That's $100 right there, baby. All right.
Also, you got a sub 3. That was really nice.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. All right, this is our last level of the game. They had such an interesting choice here. Listen to this voice.
Rapid fire mode engaged.
That's not Luke.
That's not Luke.
What's that? What's going on here?
That?
This is an 8-year time skip. The rest of the levels happened within a year of the first Star Wars movie. We are now 9 years after the first Star Wars movie.
Working?
What's up?
Oh, you do. Okay. Nothing. Okay.
No, I didn't crosshair glitch. No.
Okay. I saw Jordan in all caps. I was like, oh, did he?
No, he wants me to crosshair glitch. The madman. There's a glitch in this game where if you have your torpedo targeter up at the end of a level, it will break your crosshairs and break your tracking. So until you restart your game, it will not let you fire seeking missiles, which for the V-Wing, this ship is super experimental and has...
you just missed it, but he cleared out like 5 or 6 ties just with 1 bomb.
Yep. So this is set during the Dark Empire comic, where if you've ever read that, we're on Mon Calamari.
Palpatine has returned.
Yeah, Palpatine has returned for the first time. It will happen again.
It will happen many times.
Yep. And so he is using these giant machines that are going to eat Mon Calamari's cities and turn their materials into war machines for the new Empire. These are droid TIE fighters we're taking out as we go. All right, so what I'm going to do here, one final respawn manipulation for you. We are going to come up on time soon, but I'm going to crash into this hill to get stuff spawning and to respawn with full torpedoes. I love Wedge's scream. Wedge is so goofy.
That is a good one.
All right, here we go. Last set of objectives. We need to take out 10 ties here and 1 last Devastator. Time is when the blue planet shows up on the screen after we get our medal for this mission. There we go. All right, let me go take out this last Devastator, and then I will get us ready to call time. I have had a blast. This has been a really good run. The world record when I started running was 57 minutes and 43 seconds, somewhere around there. The community as a whole has done excellent work to push down our times, and we are in an entirely different spot than we were when I started running. It's huge.
Until those TIE fighters are destroyed.
It's super cool to see.
Oh yeah. All right, time's coming up. Get ready. It's when the blue planet shows up, and time. That is Star Wars Rogue Squadron any percent. This game has been so fun to learn. It has been so fun to key in strategies, help the community develop our runs, get a competitive spirit going. Thank you all so much for donating during the run. I've got a couple specific thanks. I want to do some shout outs specifically for Jormungandr, the current world record holder. You have been an excellent rival to keep on pushing our times down with. To Nintendo64, if you ever want to learn how to run this game, Nintendo64's YouTube channel, the current 100% world record holder, incredible runner, really knowledgeable about the game, will help you get into it. And a big shout out to the Star Wars Rogue Squadron speedrunning Discord at large. Coco, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, so Nat, he has some really good tutorials. They're linked on the SRC page. Dayman, if you want to start running Rogue Squadron 2 because you have a GameCube, you don't have a PC that can run this game or something. Also, somehow even better tutorials. First two games, really easy to get into. Third one, probably also, but it's less explored. The Black Sheep of the Family. But yeah, the first two games, like, they're so much fun to run.
Truly. This game is really fun to learn. If you like Star Wars at all, you're going to find a lot to it that's going to like really tickle your fancy. And I look forward to this run continuing to develop, the community continuing to grow. And thank you so much to Fast Pace Events and the Games Committee for selecting this game. And let's keep raising money for an excellent cause. Keep on raising money for Gate. Thank you so much to everybody in my community who turned out, in related communities who turned out and donated. You're all the best.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Blicky. That was an amazing run. I loved it. It was really fun. So, all right, everyone. Thank you. That was a wonderful run of Star Wars Rogue Squadron any percent by FlickyBirb. And you are watching Fast Pace for Pride 2025, which is raising money for GATE, the Global Action for Trans Equality, which is a global trans-led advocacy organization dedicated to advancing gender equality for all. To donate, go ahead and type in !donate into chat, and that will give you a link. There's also a QR code on screen you can use to scan and open those donations on your phone or other device. Yeah.